Holy shit. What's up? What's going on? Hey, shout out Yorin with the 24 months to go!
Y0 Rickson just subscribed.
And shout out
J-Boys
SLX40
X4.
with the tier 2 15 months. Holy shit. Thanks, bro. Yo, what's up, guys? What's going on?
SLX40 just subscribed.
How could I play as Snake? What? Shut up, Barb, with the
Bar
29
18
months.
just
Thank you.
subscribed. HAIYAYYYYYYYYYY.
What's up, guys? What the hell? How come I can't put my refresh rate higher in borderless mode? That's dumb. I just want to try this game out, see what's going on in this game. And yeah. Maybe my Windows only has 60 Hertz. Copying Jinx CIC. What are the Metal Gear characters they have in this? You see, this is exactly what I mean when I feel like playing games is like opening a porn website with all these fucking pop-up ads and this. Like, I get it. Look how many fucking lines there are, bro. This is literally like a porn website. Alright. What's up, Isaac Abba?
Isaac Abba.
So it's not even like a skin, it's like literally like a new fucking operator, bro. What the fuck? They literally just put Solid Snake in the game. He's literally just in the game. Can I play as him? Or do I need to unlock him? Oh, I don't have enough, bro. What the fuck? Dude, this is what I mean. It's like a porn website. You have to do the battle pass to get him. You can loot dead people. Unlock. How's the game going? I don't know. I don't really play this game, so I don't really know what's happening. Yo, shout out James with the 2-3. Holy shit, bro. Dude, thanks.
Isaiah's just subscribed. Tum 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 tum.
What the fuck? Shout out Sorgu with 100 bits. Oh my god, thanks. She has the fox tattoo. They look weird. I mean, it's like the Rainbow Six engine. Revolver Ocelot. I said on Cutler with a 21 more. Thank you.
One Cutler just subscribed.
Alright, let's play a game. How do I play a game, bro? Dude, everything is like a porn website. Is this how I play? Where's the gameplay? What the fuck is redacted? Play while matchmaking? Dude, even all the little tiles have 5 different fucking tiles that it rotates between, bro. All these fucking billboards everywhere. Look at these little dots that they rotate between. Holy shit. Hey, shout out Maxium with a Prime Gaming 35 more, thank you. 3 boosters, 3 packs, redacted, 13 days, 16 hours and 4 minutes
just
collection.
Sub with Prime.
Open your packs. Dude, for what? You need a high IQ to understand Rainbow Six? Oh yeah? Is that true? You need a high IQ to play this game? Whoa, bro, is this Shadow Moses? Whoa, I could be Psycho Mantis? Whoa, I could be Gray Fox? Whoa, what? Yo, I'm Gray Fox! Dude. We're the Foxhound unit. Special Operations Fox. And then we have Ella. Who the fuck is Ella? Hello? Mossad agent?
This is Snake. We've infiltrated the facility and are making our way to the access terminal to duplicate the data. Bad news, Otacon. It looks like they were expecting us. I don't think we'll be getting out of this
Dude,
one
that's
without
me.
a fight.
Infiltrators spotted nearby. Safeguard the access terminals.
What does that do? I have no ammo. What the fuck?
Here's the forgive me not.
My beauties are in play.
How come I have no ammo? This is my first time playing Rainbow Six? No. I played it before. How come I have no ammo though? How do you slide cancel? What is this? Some sort of magic. It's pistol round? Oh, okay. Am I killing Solid Snake right now? Oh, I am. Okay. Shh. I hear someone.
Infiltrators are hacking a terminal.
Go down there.
Enemy access point found.
What the fuck?
We've stopped their hack.
He hid under the table.
Babes in position.
Damn. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is a pistol round. Do I get to use a sword?
You only have 2 minutes to get. Our system is being hacked. Data breach is 25% complete. We need you back at base. Turn around.
You get to just keep respawning, I guess. You could respawn forever, I see.
We've interrupted their hack.
They're trying to come in. Bitch.
Changing knives.
Oh shit, I got ammo. Whoa! I got my sword too.
My toxic babes are in position.
Oh, it's got the Metal Gear Solid sounds from Metal Gear Solid. Metal Gear Solid. Alright, well I'm gonna defend this one.
1 minute left.
Yo, what's up? Metal Gear Solid.
Thirty seconds remain.
What does this do, bro?
Fifteen seconds left. 10 seconds. 5 seconds.
What is Ocelot doing?
The enemy failed this time, but they're still out there. Be on guard.
Holy shit, that was really fucking awesome. Can't believe I did that. Free pack in the shop? Do you guys play this game? Seems like you guys really play this game. You guys know a lot about this game. Yo, I'm going Snake. I'm going Snake. Yes, bro. Holy shit, I'm Snake. Who the fuck is Iana? Yeah, I would actually blow my own shit up. Who's the other person? This is Solid Snake. Where's Raiden? They got 2B? I know. Who's Lana?
Infiltrate the facility and acquire the schematics.
Oh shit. Do I have Solid Snake voice lines from Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid? The David Hayter guy, the guy that I pissed with? Dude, you guys know I pissed with this guy, right? In real life. I literally peed with him. It's not even a joke. Fuck.
Swapping bodies.
Did you hold hands? No. He didn't want to talk to me. Just kidding.
Hack underway.
Yeah, I peed with him.
An
Hello?
enemy has discovered the
This
hacking
is Snake, and
location.
I'm infiltrating the location. Oh yeah.
A
Is
quarter
Snake
of
a
the data
skin
has
or a
been
full
accessed.
character? No, it's literally they just added Snake to the game like it's an actual operator. That's crazy that they did that.
Reload.
A surveillance camera.
Data breach 50% complete.
We're on A. And there's a surveillance camera. I'm on the computer. 67.
Reloading.
Hack is at 75%. They've interrupted the transfer.
What? I didn't even see her. This game sucks. I don't have a kill.
We're accessing their terminal.
How do you play normal Rainbow Six Siege? This was like the only game mode it put me in.
The enemy has vids on the access terminal.
What is that orange?
Secure the schematics.
Out of ammo.
I got him.
Gotta reload.
You don't know how to play Metal Gear? Damn. What's up, loser? What's up, Alex?
Gotta reload.
Homie grad? I've been spotted by a surveillance camera. What is this?
2 minutes left.
Clear nearby. Nothing to worry about near me.
Keep the data safe as you make your way out.
Run, bro. Go, go, go. Damn.
There. We have the schematics. Returning to base.
Let's go! I took a nap after school and I feel horrible. Dude, nice. What is this guy's username, bro? What's up, Kira Corn Farts? What do you guys think about what Rainbow Six Siege is now? Can we see all the skins for people? What are all the collab skins? Plays this shit on the daily. Where's Master Chef? Where's the Master Chef guy? Tomb Raider. Master Chef. You finished Dead Space? How was it? What the fuck? Ugh. Say chicken wings? Dude, nice. I had egg and chicken sandwich today that I made. FaZe Clan. Yakuza. Boy, get off Rainbow Six? Yeah, I'm gonna hop off. It was a little bit fun, I guess. What the hell? I don't know, bro. Who forced me on the game? Solid Snake. Just because I wanted to see Solid Snake. And play as Solid Snake. Yeah, I played as him. I played as him and I played as Gray Fox. It's pretty interesting. Wanna see Snake? What the fuck is all this shit? Why is the battle pass like this, bro? The final battle pass tier is him like shaved. Yeah, I'm good off Rainbow. Dude, it's so crazy seeing Rainbow be like that when it first came out and it was like this, bro. They went like the Call of Duty Fortnite route too, bro. It used to just be like SWAT team like type game. Every game's so crazy now, bro. DLSS Snake. Fortnite and its consequences. No, literally. Everything is Fortnite now. Everything is Fortnite. Kind of really crazy to think about. I'm surprised Counter-Strike hasn't done like collabs yet. Counter-Strike kind of just, well, Counter-Strike is different though. They do all their shit off like gambling and stuff like that. I don't think Delta Force is gonna get Snake. I think yeah, when is this thing happening, bro? Did they scrap it? I don't know. It's been a long time though.
Enemy spotted.
Collab event starting December 19th. Available on January 1st. I think it got delayed. I've never how. When has a collab ever been like delayed like that though before? No, it never came out. It never happened. I'm pretty sure this shit literally never happened. I don't know. It was supposed to be an MGS Delta collab. And it has never happened. A giant cockroach or a giant crocodile or a crocodile? Probably a crocodile. Or a giant cockroach? How big is the cockroach? Dude, this gun is literally a GPU. Wait, what? Human size, so above your height? Oh. Probably a giant crocodile, because aren't cockroaches like low-key like invincible? I feel like a crocodile, if you get like a good hold of it, like jump on its back and close its mouth. Something about like alligators or crocodiles, it's easy for them to like snap onto you, but it's hard for them to like open their mouth. So if you're able to like keep it closed, they won't be able to open their mouth or like that. I heard they can roll. I could probably win against a crocodile. I think. I could low-key probably win against a crocodile, I think. Yeah, a cockroach would be OP, bro. They have like a hard shell.
Only the beginning.
They'll probably eat you. Dude, this game looks like it kind of sucks. What games do you guys be playing? I need recommendations.
Medic! I'm fine. I can keep going.
Cockroach leg so skinny though. Yeah, you could probably break the legs if you're in a fight. Dead Space, Final Fantasy 14. Marathon? Really? Is this one fun? I just want to see gameplay. No commentary. Japanese spider crab? Dying Light on the deck? On the Steam Deck? Dude, I got Minecraft set up on the Steam Deck. I was playing it.
That's our exit.
Dude, what is gonna happen to Fortnite now that they fucking fired everybody, bro? Fortnite should collapse. They literally fired like 1,000 people. Oh yeah.
Stock up.
When you search up Fortnite on YouTube, it's all the same though. Why'd they do that? They just fired everybody. Just cause. What's up, Honda Civic? They fired the guy that made the Jonesy design. Yeah, they fired like 1,000 people. And I'm pretty sure like they had like 4,000, 5,000 employees and they fired 1,000. Something like that. That's crazy. Like just like that. A DMC collab, it's never happening. I know, bro, like the collabs were cool,
YouTube, hey.
but like the collabs are like all the collabs that they do now are just celebrities. Just celebrity slop. Nobody gives a fuck about celebrity. Who the fuck cares about celebrity? They're putting all these celebrities in the game. Nobody gives a fuck
This
about
isn't open up
celebrity.
yet. I have nothing to open it though, that's the problem. So
Where's
this
Metal
right
Gear Wave
corner,
2,
maybe
bro?
One of them will open that up and start to run in. There we go. I think that was the enemy team.
I'm so,
Thank you.
bro, I'm so dry off gaming. I'm kind of contemplating hopping back on Battlefield
yeah,
6.
did,
I'm not even gonna lie.
No blood collector.
I want to try this new map. Low-key, fuck it.
My speed run and my insanity playthrough with Infinite Ammo.
Battlefield 6.
So not a huge time commitment.
Yo, Tav
It's
is
a
on
really
it.
fun game that doesn't really ask too much of you, which I think is great
Dude,
nowadays.
If they're gonna make these
considering how much
games
stuff is out.
like you're supposed to have a SSD, can they at least make it not 120 gigabytes? Why are all these games like this? I can't fit all of these in. Hey yo. Uninstall this one. I'm gonna uninstall. What do I have downloaded? Uninstall. What? No, get out of my face. What the hell? Uninstall this one? Uninstall. Ooh, should I uninstall Overwatch? Yeah. Battlefield 6 Season 2.
I don't know about you guys, but as I get older and older, I feel like I got less and less time to play all these games.
Damn.
The hell's the enemy team at?
I low-key don't even want to play this anymore, actually.
Glad that guy's looking looking towards the spawn.
But I kind of do want to play.
Finally got killed.
He's spinning facts, though. About Battlefield. We already had the perfect Battlefield game. What is this? What is bro playing? Nothing, bro. I'm playing nothing. There's no game. There's no game. There is no game. Hop on Vanquish? I had it in my car. Oh shit, there's like 1 day left on the Steam sale. I wonder if I should get anything. This is so peak. Why am I downloading Battlefield 6? I should just hop on this. Let me know if you pick up anything off of the Steam sale.
Ever so often, where a new entry in a beloved franchise releases, people complain that it isn't as good as the old one. Specifically, they name the old one, and then the next entry in the franchise.
Yeah, I'm pausing this
releases,
download.
and
I'm on this
suddenly
one.
the previous entry, the one everyone was just complaining about, gets remembered as the good one. This is nostalgia what nostalgia does, which is lie to you about the past in order to make the present feel worse. And I want to be very clear that I know this. I am not unaware of this process. I have watched it happen in real time across multiple franchises over multiple decades, and I understand exactly how it distorts memory and sharpens retrospective affection for things that were, at the time, loudly considered disappointments. I know all of that, trust me. I've played Battlefield games for the better part of 2 decades now. But even with all that knowledge, I still think Battlefield 4 is still the perfect Battlefield game. Not the most technically ambitious, not the best received at launch, which is an understatement so severe it borders on comedy, not the one that took the biggest creative risks or pushed the medium the furthest in any measurable direction.
Yeah, bro, I'm just hopping on this. That's all I needed to hear. What the hell? It's like a time capsule. When is lunchtime? Not yet. I'm not hungry. I had food. I had egg and chicken sandwich. They put Lola Bunny and Daffy Duck in Fortnite. And then they fired 1,000 people. Bathe in the sun. Oh yeah, I think I've seen these. I think I've seen those before. What server has a lot of people in it? Mm. Mm. I'm on break right now eating Taco Bell. How's your Taco Bell, bro? Does it taste good? Play Octodad? Oh yeah, I forgot I was playing that. Dude, is that Crimson Desert game good, or is it just like... Are people for real playing that one? I'm joining a hardcore server. Time to go hardcore. They merged every single open world game. That's what I was low-key thinking too. I'm on the Chinese team. Should I put the potato grip? The stubby grip. You guys like my gun? Dense urban. Damn. I just got Goat Simulator yesterday. That one's fun. Goat Simulator's fun. What are some other fun game? Yeah, I don't know. What else? Clear. Yeah, I played 2042 before.
Hey, 你的衣箱来了，拿好。
2042 kind of sucked too. It sucked in the beginning. Around the end of the game's lifespan, like before Battlefield 6 came out though, it was a little bit bearable. But yeah. That's what I have to say. That's what I have to say about it. New map. Damn, I'm lucky not getting a lot of FPS on this fucking game. What the hell? There we go. Dude, I don't know why, but all of my games, they like automatically, and they automatically put my fucking settings at like ultra settings. Did I kill him? Oh, I got him. What's up, Hyacinth? Die. Yo, good night, Kira. Damn. You took a nap and you're tired again? Do you have a bad sleep schedule? You're probably dying. What the fuck? See that way, the way that guy's jumping around and everything? I see about like 11 or 12. What time do you wake up, bro?
Who's got that mortar? Can someone get that fucking guy on the building next to D and E in the corner, the infrared?
Yo, hello, what's up? Can you hear me?
Yo, whoa, what's up? There's a sniper
What?
fucking on this building next to D and E on the corner, just infrareding everyone that tries to cap E.
Oh, I didn't even notice that, bro. Wow. What's up, Bailey? Dude, I don't think I like putting lasers on my guns in games because I think it looks cool. But I feel like it gives away my position. I'm taking it off. I'm putting on... Nothing.
There's a guy at the rig checking the waters over at B.
What? A little bit of Dead Space 2 or continue watching? I don't know. It's up to you. This guy's playing super tactical. Oh, what's up, Bailey? Hey, shit on Vinvan with a 9 mod, thank you. What's up?
VINVANGOTH just subscribed. Wound spa.
I'm gonna take A with this guy. Damn. I feel like sniping would be kind of crazy in this game. On hardcore, I might go sniper. Dude, suppressed sniper? Secret sniper? The fuck? What's up, Ziver? What's going on, bro? What's up? How come I can't spawn that guy? Dude, hardcore is like hardcore, bro. This shit is hardcore. How's that guy up there? What the hell?
Alright, people. Supplies on the ground. Check your map. Be advised, we have taken objective Charlie.
Yo, what's up? Someone's shooting at me. Oh, I see him. Damn, bro, it's hard to see anybody in this shit. Wow, it's already over. long you think it would last in war? I'd probably destroy the entire war by myself. What's up, Yoro?
Objective Echo has been lost.
What's up? Damn. Dude, Loki. I got tacos? Dude, what'd you get from tacos? I mean, what type of tacos did you get? Rainbow Six looks different. Pastor and asada. Is this my gamer life? Should I do Metro? Should I join a Metro server? I'm gonna join a Metro server. Maybe that'll be fun. I want some tacos. How do you invite someone to your squad? Can you invite people to your squad? Where's the invite button? Squad settings. No. Avocado toast? That's what I had in my sandwich. Oh my god, we're doing it already. Dude, same. When I shit, I feel like my poop is like ripping my asshole. I need fiber really bad. Damn. It's hard to poop, it's like constipated. No way you didn't die. Thank you. Oh, that was low-key really good. They're coming. Damn. Yeah, when you poop and it's like little like rabbit poop, like little balls of poop, and it hurts. It's like scraping your butt. What? How did I revive that guy? Oh shit. No! They're coming. Get ready.
Here's your med kit. Pick it up.
What foods have a lot of fiber? Beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes. carrots? Yeah, just like fruit and shit like that. What the fuck? What the fuck? You love soy milk? Oh, we're moving in. Let's go, bro. I like almond milk.
Objective Alpha has been neutralized.
What? Almond milk is good. I like almond milk. Cow milk? I like cow milk too, but it makes me shit. No, it doesn't make me shit. It makes me fart. I kind of like it though. I kind of like having poop like that. You're lactose intolerant? I think so. Should I use a RPK? I want to try this gun. Actually, no. Is the M16 good? I'm using the M4. How do cows produce chocolate milk? They feed them a lot of chocolate.
Now control objective Alpha.
Grenade. Holy shit! Oh. Chocolate steak. Hey, shout out Goblin with a 14 more, thank you. This is
ING0 Blin 444 just subscribed.
This really is a true Battlefield game, though. Damn, Daniel. What's up, Flowful? You hear that new Blade single? Yeah. Wait, there was two of them. Pretty good. Damn. Gamer life. This Bladey guy. I'm gonna die. Woohoo! We did it! Let's go! What games have you guys been playing? Do you guys even game as much as you used to? Oh. Tarkov and War Thunder. GT Online every day. What else is new in GT Online? The Division 2. What's up, Con? I just be playing with myself, dude. You're fucking nasty. You trying to Signalis? No, not yet. Fear. Red Dead roleplay.
A sec. Let's quit while
Alright,
we're ahead.
later. Yeah, I'm out too. Later.
I just joined the Gamer Dad VC right now. Oh, they left. Should I go support? I want to level up the RPK. I'm a story mode graduate, bro. No more online gaming. What story mode?
We now control objective Alpha.
All of them. Holy shit, how long am I gonna be? Yo! How long is that flashbang, bro? We're gonna die. We're gonna die. We're gonna die. Why was that flashbang like 5 hours long? I'm going back to the AEK. What's a cool... What's a cool skin? What's up, Gabe? Привет, привет! This guy killed me with the environment, bro. What the fuck? No way. No way. I actually just did that. Oh shit, they're coming! There's not a lot of people on this server. I wish this game was like alive. I love this game. This game's really fun. Damn. Everybody on Modern Warfare 2019 right now? I know. I low-key just deleted it though to make space for Battlefield 6, and then I deleted Battlefield 6. I didn't even play it. Spring Break? Dude, nice. Whoa. Yo, I swear, if this is longer than like 30 seconds... Dude, the range on the defibrillators is kind of crazy. Holy shit, bro. I can't see. Where am I going? I'm running into the wall. Holy shit. Imagine. No! Dude, you could revive from like far away. I'm gonna buy this game. It's only $2. Yeah, it's like $1.99. I'd say it's worth it. It's like the best Battlefield game, even though it's like barely hanging on, barely alive. The only thing is that the only people that still play this game are the people that have been playing this game. So it could be a little bit sweaty sometimes. And people could be like exploiting like fucking shit, but it's still fun. 1 HP. Like, look at that guy, bro. On the PS4. Dude, if they kept supporting this game, if they made it crossplay, if they kept on updating it, this would be the Battlefield. Damn. Got Battlefield 2042, 1 and 4 so cheap. Yeah, if you're gonna get Battlefield 1 and 4, bro. 1 and 4. Pete. In the corner, bro. Battlefield 1 is really good. Hardline, dude, I will die on this hill. Hardline should have been an expansion to this game. It would have been such a better thing to do. Damn, this guy just shit on me. Dude, I have a lot of kills actually. Wait, we have a spawn beacon all the way behind. Oh my god.
Objective Charlie. Listen up. Objective Charlie is now under our control.
Dude, we have all points. Just bought this shit, dude. Nice. Another thing you might run into though is that when you go to the server browser, it'll say that servers are like 60 people in the server, and then you join it, it's like empty. That's because they're using they're spoofing the player counts for their servers. So the way you see the true player count is you have to look at it on battle log on the website, and you gotta join through the browser. It's kind of annoying. Yeah. This game is really old. Nobody gives a fuck about this game except the community. EA doesn't do anything. Nothing. Yeah. Get him! Was that Deadpool? Blood Rain is coming back? Like a remake or something? That's like the that's like the vampire game, right? With the vampire lady? I wonder what they'll do. They'll do like a reboot or a remake or something. Announcement tomorrow. Oh, what? It'll probably be like a remake or a reboot or something. Because they're already on Steam, no? Holy shit. Oh, I have no ammo. Goodbye, I'm leaving. You join my game? Okay, I'll join a new squad. Hold up, I'm low-key locked though. Join squad! Oh, I'm joining your squad. Yo! Fuck! I played the first one on the PS5. Are those games good? I think like the style looks cool, but I don't know if they play good. They look a little clunky, but that's just how old games are though. I might try it out. It's probably on sale right now on Steam actually. You think I could go on a crazy flank right here? Hold up.
Hey, soldier, where are you going?
Kill him! We got him cornered. Damn! You killed Nazis the whole game? It's sick. Dude, yeah, I need to check it out. Let me see if it's that shit on sale. My tummy hurts. Dude, what was that? What was that? Oh my god, bro. When you cracking your homie and you push down on their stomach so they could feel your div better? What the fuck is this shotgun? Top 5 reels of all time? Oh shit. I have a homie. Actually, never mind. What the fuck? What? Dude, that was such a good reel. Hold up, let me grab some water. I'm thirsty. Ugh. What are some good games on sale right now? Battlefield 1, Battlefield 4, Modern Warfare 2019. What is this one? Dude, that's good. Dude, that's good. Practice reps on my homeboy. But yeah. One of my homies is like going through it with his girlfriend and everything, and like the next day after like he vented to me and stuff, like I sent him a reel like that to try and cheer him up, and it just said red. He just read it. He just left me on red. I'm like, alright bro, I'm sorry. But I sent him one of those. Maybe that wasn't a great idea. No, wait, I think he liked it. I hope you're doing good. Dude, it's so hot, I'm sweating. Said blood rain. Terminal cut. Oh, they are on sale. $6. Dude, this game has shit fucking movement mechanics. I'm hopping off. It's hot in my room. Hold up. I'm gonna put my fan in my. Should I take off my pants right now, actually? And put on my basketball shorts that I've been wearing all week and I haven't washed and they have poop stains in it. Hold up, I'm changing. Don't look over here. I'm taking off my pants. When you take off your pants and all of a sudden the whole room smells like shit. Like actual dog shit. Alright, we're good. I got my basketball shorts. How you have your Steam looking like that? It's a plugin. Hold up. You don't wash your ass? No? Why would I put my hand anywhere near there, bro? Wiping low-key overrated? Dude, it happened to me again today, bro. I wiped my ass, but then I wiped too far and it went onto my lower back. Just had shit smeared on my lower back, bro. What the fuck? That's why you wipe down? I go like back and forth though. I go like up and down, up and down, up and down. You guys are so fucking gross. Bro smears it around. Oh, hold up. I'm getting a phone call in a second.
Objective Alpha is neutralized. Listen up. We'll take an objective Alpha.
Hello? Yeah, bro. Metal Gear Solid segment. I'm back. Ah! Let's go. Yo, should I make my own? Should I host a Battlefield 4 server? Should I be admin? I should make my own Battlefield 4 server. I wonder how much that will cost. I wouldn't do Conquest. I would do Obliteration. You're gonna have all of our IPs? You gotta trust me. I should host my own server. What's up, J-Dollin? Bro, I've been eating apples again. How does this guy revive 2 people at once? Damn! Carrots? Like raw? What the hell is that grenade? Wow. What does the PK stand for? I don't know. I don't want to play Fortnite anymore. Wake me up when there's a Metal Gear Wave 2. I generally got a big bag of 300 raw carrots and I eat them throughout the day. Is that good? Dude, having 300 carrots would be so fun. Move in, move in. You see how we had them pushed all the way back and then they pushed all the way forward? Watch out with a grenade! Get me, bro. Find you! Hold up, movement mechanics. How about Black Mesa? How much was that? What's up, Aurora? Finally caught your stream. Hi, J-Boy. I hope you're having fun. Dude, thanks. What's up? I'm having a lot of fun, I think. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the revive. what a C4. No, I tried reviving the enemy. What the hell? Where am I? What song is this? Yeah, bro. Get in there, I got you. Oh. Stay down. This guy's asshole is in my face. I'm eating his asshole. Revive me, bro. I know you could. Never mind. Yo, should I go heavy? Heavy gun. RPK. Really? No way. Did they give it? Dude, that's like me when that like dude had JBoySX on fucking Instagram. It's like some account that's like been inactive. It's like someone's grandpa named like Jonathan or some shit. And I was DMing them. I'm like, bro, please, bro. Please. They never responded. Yep. And I was bored one day and I changed my old TikTok from JBoySX to something else just for a little bit, and someone snatched it. Someone snatched JBoySX on TikTok. Kind of really fucking annoying. Let's all become SoundCloud rappers? Okay. RPK. Oh. Let's all LARP as British people. Red. Damn. I need a med pack. Damn. Favorite Snow song? I like this one. Dude, I want to put a sight on this gun. I want to level this up. Dude, I'm not hitting shit though. Fuck this gun. What's up, Kai? Yo, what's up? Cause and effect. Holy shit, bro. There's so many of them. Dude, what do I even do here?
Life is a gamble and a choice. So glad I took it off when I was feeling low. When I'm on my own, I ain't rolling up a joint. Now I'm packing up a bowl. Then exhaling my woes. Never missing far. Told the plug I want the pack, he posted through the door. And lately I've been understanding universal law. Like all these saddles in effect to what you cause. Very glad I took to God when I was feeling low. Every time I got lucky on some stuff, I smoke a ball. Snow is going on, you already know. Didn't have no hope, I did it on my own, myself. Didn't have no hope, I did it by my lonesome. That boy here, and as a joke, he ain't joking. Trying to act like he's your pal, and that's the way he's coping. He ain't got no code, he just wants a Jones pin. So I don't really think this guy's appropriate. Tryna RP me on a song, are you joking? Like I don't know why you try up on a wave you don't get. Spitting the truth to start and you're full of nonsense. I find it funny how many man think they got it but they don't. Leeching like a pro. Bet they hoping for the day I teach them how to flow. Bet they're betting on the day I teach them how to grow. I never manifested anything I got. I know it's a very devilish approach. I don't run on doubt, I only trust my God. I really got a straightforward path for my soul.
There's another one I really like. Is it this one? I don't remember. Oh! Oh, my body! Yeah, it's really good. I don't know, I need to find it because it was a long time since I listened to it. It was off this album though. Dude, my hair is getting so long. How's the hairline, Unk? Oh shit. Oh shit. Let me take my finasteride pill right now. How's the erectile dysfunction? Dude, my wiener is really small. You on 1 milligram? I think so, I don't know. That's what the doctor gave me. Yeah. Why, you take finasteride too? I'm low-key not even consistent with it though. Like, sometimes throughout the week I'll only take it like maybe like 2 or 3 times because I just be forgetting. Which is probably not good. My hairline is fucked. Dude, it's okay. Just I don't know. Just know that if you go bald, it's low-key not even that bad. You could look like Kratos. Just get really buff if you go bald. Who the hell is shooting me? Damn. Wigs are getting crazy. Yeah, you could just be like Echo 2K. You know Echo 2K is bald. He wears wigs. I didn't even know that. I have a pimple on the side of my head. Dude, those hurt. Those are the ones that are like really explosive too. Like it squirts everywhere. It's kind of awesome. Echo 2K is Echo 2K. He doesn't look bald. 45 kills. Steam Deck multi-frame generation is here, up to 4 times FPS. Wait, what? No way.
In this video, we're going to be taking a look at a brand new Decky plugin for multi-frame generation on devices running SteamOS, which allows us to multiply performance in supported games by 2, 3, or 4 times FPS. This plugin
Dude, that shit is just gonna look like
generation option inside games that support DLSS 4 and above on AMD devices running SteamOS. This works by tricking games into thinking that we're using an NVIDIA graphics card and exposing the option for us to inject a mod, which allows us to use multi-frame generation on AMD hardware. And in this video, I'll be guiding us through the process of how to install the plugin, get it set up, go over the basics, and give a first look at a few games and the performance currently available. So the first thing we need to do inside gaming mode is check for updates and make sure that we're on the latest version of SteamOS. And once that's done, press the Steam button again, going through and testing DLSS 4 supported games on the channel to understand which DLLs are required. A few options, we'll see frame generation, and I'm going to change this to DLSS frame generation, which will expose our multi-frame generation multiplier. Because Cyberpunk 2077 supports DLSS 4, here we can change from 2, 3, or 4 times FPS. I'm going to put this on 4 times, choose apply, and we'll be prompted to restart the game. So press the Steam button and relaunch Cyberpunk. And when we get into the game, we can see I'm currently getting around 90 to sometimes 100 FPS in this area of Night City. and on the FPS counter, my latency is around 10 milliseconds, which is quite low compared to other frame generation methods, but when I move the camera, we can see a lot of ghosting on the edges of the screen. But what we can do is press the R4 button for the tilde key to open our frame generation settings menu.
Ghostbuster?
And while holding down the Steam button and using our trackpad, we can turn on a feature called Ghostbuster. And this will heavily mitigate the ghosting we see from the edges of the screen
What are you looking
and
at?
on characters. And if
Steam Deck multi-frame generation,
you want
4
to drop
times your
down to 3
FPS.
times, just go to the graphics menu, change this, apply, and return to the game. And we'll see that I'm now getting around 70 to 80 FPS in this area. Next, if we press the insert key, we can bring up Optiscaler, and holding the Steam button and using our trackpad, we in real time. The idea is that instead of using a
What's the
fixed frame
trade-off, though?
generation level all the time, like normal frame generation, dynamic frame gen will
Oh, look.
scale up or down depending on what's happening in the game at the present moment. So it will try to stay close to the FPS target that we set. If we change to custom, we can adjust the multiplier thresholds, which control the FPS ranges where each frame generation multiplier kicks in. So this will mean we can fine tune exactly when the mod switches between lower and higher frame generation levels, making the dynamic frame generation more adaptive instead of just forcing the same multiplier all the time. So I definitely recommend trying this out, experimenting with the thresholds and letting us know what results you get, because this can behave differently depending on the game and your base performance. Now with the last 2 toggles, and I need to test these more, but MFG mode override can force our games to think that higher frame generation modes are supported, allowing DLSS enabler to unlock multipliers that the game normally wouldn't let us use. And forced FG activation, the DXGI game, which supports DLSS 4, is virtually non-existent. So if you have a Z1 Extreme or Z2 Extreme device with SteamOS installed, I highly recommend trying this out with Stellar Blade, as the results genuinely impressed me. And if I switch over to Clair Obscur, another game which supports DLSS 4 multi-frame gen, I can turn on 3 times and install the mod into a game that is unsupported, and it bricks the game from launching.
Wow, bro. Wow. Stellar Blade looks so fun. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. Resident Evil 9. What do you guys think about Resident Evil 9? After everything is said and done. Top 3 Resident Evil.
Here's your med kit.
8 out of 10. Yeah, I give it 8 out of 10. It's pretty cool. Pretty good game. I like the beginning. I was pretty scared in the beginning. Oh yeah, when the DLC's coming. I don't want to work out anymore.
There's your med kit. Look at
The open world part Leon didn't like much. Yeah, when you go to Raccoon City. Yeah, that's where I got a little bit like, bro, I don't like this. And why did they hype up that Wesker dude, that Wesker clone, just to like kill him right there? Thought it would have been cool to like fight him or something. That was kind of anticlimactic a little bit. You know? That would have been cool. But second play through the Leon part, yeah. That long Leon part. What the hell? Why does he have a blue teammate thing on him? Did I just kill a teammate?
Objective Charlie.
It would have been cool to fight that Wesker dude. Oh, they switched me to Russian team, that's why. No way. Russian team. Dude, yeah, the jacket was crazy. The jacket was crazy. What is the next single player game to be hyped for now that Resident Evil 9 is out? GTA 6?
We've taken objective Alpha.
Is that shit for real gonna come out? If that comes out, AS Val. That means they're gonna start bumping out trailers this summer, no? Should I try a new gun instead of using the same gun over and over? To Valhalla. I'll see you in Valhalla. And 94. That's a good gun. I'm gonna use this gun. Fuck it. When is Summer Game Fest? Best gun in the game. We never getting Kingdom Hearts 4? We're never getting it, bro. June 5th. Dude, who is Yozora? I need a job so I can buy every game in the world. Dude, same. Dude, same. Where is the AS Val? Is that a PDW? Oh, it is. Silent Hill 1 remake? Dude, low-key, now that I look back, I don't know how to feel about Silent Hill 2 remake. I might have to replay. Damn, this gun sucked. It's too fucking long. I feel like it could have been really bad. Yeah, it could have been really bad. But also, it feels like, dude, yeah, they kind of just like inflated the time of the game. I think OG Silent Hill 2 is really good though. Like really, really good. AK-12. Should I use this? I low-key do think OG Silent Hill 2 better. What? Had me scared? Yeah. Dude, Silent Hill 3 is low-key scarier than 2. Both Silent Hill 2s, like OG and remake. Silent Hill 3 is like actually scary. Another Batman game would be sick. You know about Project Sabbath, where they were originally gonna make a Batman Beyond game, but instead they made Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad? I played a little bit of Silent Hill 4, I never finished it though. Yeah. It's hard to capture that PS2 vibe in a remake. Dude, low-key, I saw a tweet, and it was like, dude, this was low-key divisive. It was like, what remake is better? Resident Evil 4 remake or MGS3 remake? And people were arguing over which remake is better. But low-key, well, I don't know. I guess it low-key depends. I feel like MGS3 remake and Resident Evil 4 remake are two very different ways of remaking like a super iconic GameCube PS2 era game. MGS3 went the super faithful type route. And then RE4 made like it seems like Resident Evil is doing like a new timeline, not timeline, but like a reboot, like a rebooted, not even just remake, like a rebooted, reimagining type of thing. Resident Evil 4 because it's a different approach that doesn't replace the original, unlike Delta. But does that mean it's a better? See, this is why I don't know, because it's like, as long as we can still play the OGs, I don't really care. You see, that's good. I think that's what it should be too. All the OGs should be accessible in some way. That's why I'm low-key kind of like sketched out that they're doing God of War remake instead of like just porting God of War 1, 2, 3. Because I think there's a lot more things that could go wrong. Because, for example, Silent Hill 2 remake was trying to be like a Resident Evil 4 type of remake, like a reimagining type of thing. But MGS Delta is low-key just like, they only kind of like updated what they felt like needed to be updated, because everything about that game was like already like perfect. Like story, voice acting, all that shit. So whatever they felt like should have been updated, like the gameplay, they like fixed, not fixed, but like, you know, modernized and remade the graphics. But then they kept everything like super faithful. And I low-key think that was the best thing to do for MGS Delta. I feel like a remake should actually remake parts of a game. It's supposed to be a different experience, in my opinion. I think it depends. Because I think if they tried doing what they did to Resident Evil 4 remake, but to MGS3, I think that would have been really bad. I don't know. I feel like that would have been way... I feel like that would have been like way too like... I think it depends. Dead Space is a rare case where it's better than the OG. Dead Space seems like it's almost like a... Hey. I'm ready for Miami. What is bro doing in Miami? It's because the MGS formula and gameplay is so set in stone. If they did like 24, if they did the shoulder 24/7, it would be so weird. I think that, I don't know. But they did have a legacy style where you could play with the OG camera and everything. Bro, yeah, the game remake discussion is so hard because it's just like, bro, different formulas work for different games and shit. What the hell was that? Resident Evil 4, I feel like, I don't know, you guys tell me, it seems more of like a reboot. Not a reboot, but like, similar, I don't know. Remaster, remake, reboot, all that shit is like, merging together, and now the definitions we don't even know, because everything is like, it's like a spectrum, bro. Shout out Raining Smiles with a 20 more, let's go! Thanks.
Raining Smiles just subbed with Prime.
How different is Dead Space remake from the OG? Is it that different? I only play the remake, not the OG. I only played a little bit of the OG and a little bit of the remake. I didn't finish both. But from when I played both, I don't know, they low-key felt really similar. The remake low-key felt like a graphical remake, and then they added like Isaac talking, like voice lines. Why you not on TikTok anymore? I don't know. I don't know, I'll have to play them both. What's up, Banana? Is that true? No? But yeah, bro, I'm trying to imagine if MGS 3's remake was made like Resident Evil 4's or like Silent Hill 2's. Oh no, that would have been, I feel like that would have been bad, actually, now that I'm really thinking about it. Is this shit invincible? Shout out Love It Lives with the 25 months, I go!
Rudelia's just subbed with Prime. Hi.
How am I alive right now? Dude, I don't know. Low-key, my opinion changes on it, like, a lot, though. Because they're gonna have to do, like, a different type of remake for, like, different games. How do you feel about Canes? Dude, Canes is overrated as fuck. Favorite chicken place? Probably Wingstop. Oh, they're all in here. Admin test. Howlin' Rays? What is that one? Are these guys still up here? Who the hell? I'm gonna hide right here. Oh, what the fuck? Ship something to China? Oh, from China? What are you getting? Damn. Peace out, Poyo Liquor. Pissed me off in the OG. Nah, same. I remember. I want to see a comparison between the OG and the remake for RE4.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Direct Comparison. In today's episode, we're going to take an in-depth look at the recently released remake of Capcom's Resident Evil 4, and see how it compares both visually and from a gameplay perspective to the original Resident Evil 4, first released back in 2005. Before we get started, we're obviously going to see technical improvements to the visual design in just about every area. However, the goal of this video isn't necessarily to determine which of these two games is better, but rather to observe just what exactly Capcom has managed to accomplish in remaking this beloved classic, and how the new visuals are going to reimagine these iconic moments. Just like the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes, the Resident Evil 4 remake isn't just a graphical overhaul. The entirety of the game has been reworked, with more modernized controls, rewritten story, and some drastically different layouts to each of the game's chapters. But before we get into all
I hope they expand more on the hand-to-hand combat in the later MGS games. That's the coolest part of MGS, the CQC. Yeah. I think now I'm looking at this, I think Resident Evil 4 Remake is a good game.
All that, let's first...
It's low-key like, you know what low-key is? It's like if you have like an assignment. If you have like an assignment from a teacher and like you have like different ways of answering the question. Doesn't mean that you answered it the wrong way. But it's like these are like different ways of making remakes or remasters or whatever. Remake, remaster, reimaginings and shit. There's like different ways of doing it. You know what I mean?
Let's go over the many visual differences that have been made to the core
The original is much more fun. Yeah, I like them both.
Graphical design. For this analysis, both...
I feel like Resident Evil 4 Remake is more of like a almost like a reimagining reboot that's like trying to fit into like the new like canon timeline that they're doing. It's almost like a soft reboot, kind of. And then MGS is really just like the same game. It's literally just MGS 3, but better graphics and like updated controls. And I feel like it also depends on what like the fan base wants, because like nobody really wants a rebooted like MGS, at least not yet. People just want like, I feel like what MGS Delta is probably what most Metal Gear fans wanted out of an MGS remake. And then what Resident Evil 4 remake is, it makes sense because it's coming off of the back of Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake with a new like rebooted like timeline remake type of thing. So of course it's going to be coming off of the back of that, you know?
Chapters. But before we get into all that, let's first go over the many
I want remakes to change up a bunch as long as the original story is kept. Yeah, I think for MGS though, I feel like for MGS, I think they did good there, but I think once they start remaking other MGS games, they're going to be forced into a corner where they're going to have to like change up stuff. But I feel like changing up stuff just for the sake of changing up stuff when they don't have to, I feel like that's where it could get risky and shit. Because that's where you get stuff like the Silent Hill 2 remake, where there's just like some changes there that it just feels like, why, you know? Like it doesn't really make sense to, like, it's just risky and like you're kind of like gambling if that shit's gonna hit or not. Where MGS, it's more like, okay, we're gonna have like the Phantom Pain like style, like crouch walking, crawl, like all this like better controls, whatever, better graphics, and we're not gonna touch anything else where the game's already perfect. Like MGS 3 is already perfect, you know? Which MGS game you think they're gonna remake next? Probably MGS 1. Just because it's like, I don't know. They'll probably do MGS 1. Either 1 or Peace Walker. I don't know. You think MGS 2 remake is gonna be a 1-to-1? MGS 2 remake maybe. It might be closer to like Delta since it's like a PS2 game. They could do it because 3 was also a PS2 game. But MGS 2 is more like in interiors, like it's like in buildings, while like 3 is like larger open areas. So they might have to restructure it a little bit too, because MGS 2 was like built off of like the camera Like that top-down camera thing. Oh my god, thanks for the bit. I think a lot of my Delta saltiness comes from it being $70. Yeah, it shouldn't have been. It shouldn't have been $70 though. I wouldn't have had them do it any other way. It just should have not been 70 though.
Visual differences that have been made to the core graphical design. For this analysis, both games are being played on the PC with the graphics settings cranked up as high as possible at a native 4K resolution. However, I have disabled effects like motion blur and chromatic.
But yeah, I don't know. I low-key contradict myself a lot though when I talk about remakes, because like sometimes I do want them to like, I think it would be cool if they open up stuff and make it even cooler, but also like MGS3 at Delta, even though they kept it pretty one-to-one, I thought it was also pretty good, and I don't think they should have. It would have been risky. But for example, like Peace Walker, they should switch it up a bit. But that's also because that shit was like based on a PSP. That shit came out on a PSP, so like they had to work with the constraints of that. But I don't know. I guess we just have to see what they do, if it's good or not.
Aberration in order to provide cleaner image captures for comparison. Also, for reference, the classic Resident Evil 4 that I'm using for the basis of this comparison is the HD re-release of the PC version. Technically, the original GameCube release of the game is the preferred classic Resident Evil 4 experience, along with the PS2 version that comes with some additional content at the expense of visual quality. However, because we'll be discussing more general visual changes here, the HD PC version should work just fine. Also, while I will be avoiding major plot points and story details in this comparison, I will be discussing things like enemy types, boss encounters, and major gameplay sequences across all 3 sections of the game, minus a few major moments like the ending. So, if you've never played the original game and plan on playing this remake, then I suggest using the timestamps that I provided to skip any sections that you don't want to see or hear about. Alright, so let's kick this comparison off by first taking a look at some character models, starting with the
Getting a game for Raiden's torture pre-MGS4 would be would never happen, low-key. Metal Gear Rising was originally supposed to be that. It was supposed to be like in between MGS2 and 4. It was supposed to be like showing how he became a cyborg and all that shit. But then they ended up making it like a spin-off like after everything. But there is like a spot there for like a Raiden game too.
Primary protagonist, Leon S. Kennedy. Leon for the most part has been retained almost exactly. His appearance has been updated to reflect the changed appearance used in the RE2 remake, and his old leather jacket and tactical black shirt, pants, and holsters are all the same. Though it's also worth noting the massively improved animation quality at play here, with individual strands of hair bouncing as he runs, and more fluid walking and running animation loops that make him navigate the environment more naturally.
TikTok
I was
edit guy.
especially impressed when I noticed Leon will even reach out and grab walls before he runs into them, a detail that very few games, if at all, have managed to incorporate. On a more technical level, Leon features a massive leap in poly count over his old GameCube counterpart, along with more advanced shaders, shadowing, and subsurface scattering.
Hey, how his jacket isn't cropped in the remake?
Appearance in game. Then we have Ashley
Yeah, the outfit's
Grant,
completely
who,
different. I
unlike
like
Leon,
his OG shirt, like the compression like turtleneck almost. I think it's so much cooler. I think this shirt is lame.
has been given a new base design to her outfit, with an orange jacket over top of her classic sleeveless turtleneck sweater. She's also now wearing dark stockings along with a plaid green skirt, instead of her just plaid green skirt from before. Ashley herself also looks slightly older in the remake, more in line with being 20 years old, whereas the original design and accompanying voice performance gave the impression that she was much younger. Her general AI and gameplay mechanics have seen some big changes too, but we'll get to that in a bit. Other supporting characters like Ada Wong, Louise, and the Merchant are a bit more faithful to their original designs. Ada does sport a new sweater dress, and Louise has gone from brown chinos to blue jeans, but otherwise, their core design and the personality that comes through with these design decisions matches up almost exactly to their 2005 counterparts. But of course, the world of Resident Evil 4 isn't occupied only by heroes. Most of the inhabitants of the local village, castle, and island are bloodthirsty abominations intent on killing Leon in the most brutal way possible. First up, we have the most common enemy type in the game, the Ganados, all of which have been greatly expanded upon, with improved geometry, animation design, and visual detail. The hairs on the bearded Ganados in particular are very impressive, and the sheer density and variety in larger hordes really stands apart from the original game's comically recycled enemy types around every corner.
Anxiety inducing.
That's not to say the variety
RE2 remake
in
is
RE4
cool.
is
I like that one.
flawless. You'll definitely kill a lot of the same character models, but it's at least improved a great deal. The rest of the Ganados from the later acts also share the same
Dude, those
general
guys look
aesthetic
cool.
design as the source material, but there are a few interesting alterations that have been made, likely to enhance the gameplay experience. The monks with the red cloaks, for example, used mainly in this large tower sequence, have been repurposed as a distinct enemy type throughout the castle, which can trigger the Las Plagas mutation to trigger in
Yeah, now that
nearby
I'm thinking about it,
Ganados.
as long
Well,
as the OG is accessible, they could keep the remake 1-to-1, they could reimagine it, do whatever. Just gotta hope that it's good though, you know? I think
simultaneously
you just gotta hope that
stunning
that
Leon.
shit's good.
The spiky brutes found mainly in the final island area have also been dropped. In their place, the remake now features a brand new enemy type all throughout that wears a sort of bull mask. He carries a hammer just like the old brute, but he hits much harder, and is also used in place of the minigunner as well. Another interesting change has been made to the Novistador, or insect enemies. In the original game, these enemies would simply turn invisible in certain areas, requiring the player to look for visual cues like water splashes in wet
How do they
tunnels.
fumble
To help
Resident Evil
make this
3
more
so
believable,
bad?
The developers of the remake actually incorporated a new adaptive camouflage for these creatures that allow them to blend in with the texture work before being triggered. It's a clever change and is certainly a more effective jump scare than the old design. There's a ton of other changes that have been made to the rest of the enemies in the game, especially the
Whole
bosses.
sections?
But as
Damn.
far as the visuals are concerned, most of these creatures appear to share the exact same core design elements that made them so popular in the first place, only with far more detail.
You think
than
they
we've
regret
ever
doing
seen
that?
Before, pleasing both new fans and old alike.
Would it have been really,
Moving
really
on,
good if
we
they made
have
it
the
good?
Environments. The environmental
kinda
design is
just asking my
undoubtedly
question.
one of the most impressive aspects of the remake visually.
Yeah, I never
that
played-
helps it to really set itself
I never really
apart.
played the OG Resident Evil games
There were
though,
so
I don't
many
know.
instances throughout the remake where I wasn't even sure I was standing in an area from the original game, simply because it looks so much different when considering more modern graphical design techniques.
Why did they fumble it?
Structures have actual depth to them, for example, with each individual brick being rendered independently, whereas before, they'd just be part of an array of flat texture maps.
RPD, RE3.
The various buildings that make up the village also have more personality than before.
They
with
rushed
uneven
it.
walls, crooked rooftops, and more tangible wear and tear along the sides. The original game just looks sterile by comparison, with lots of straight lines and flat terrain. The interiors are almost always barren too, save for a few shelves and tables, whereas now these areas are filled to the brim with appropriate detail, making them feel like actual places that people live. Vegetation is also scaled up considerably, covering entire paths and transforming them into something more natural, as opposed to before where pathways felt exceptionally clean and well maintained. Most of the plants and grass will even bend out of the way of the character models, only further adding to the realism of each scene. The lighting is another area
Just
that
go
has
play
been
the
given
original.
a much needed overhaul. In the original game and many games during the 2000s, levels utilized baked lighting exclusively, making the transition from outdoor to
picking my
indoor
boogers. Ew.
environments appear jarring. Shadows had to be essentially baked in to account for smaller lights like flames or lighting fixtures, and things like caustics or ray tracing were obviously out of the question. But the remake is on an entirely different level here, with beautiful volumetric moonlight pouring in through the trees.
I wanna see
while
comparison
fires
of
flicker along dimly
3.
lit paths in the distance and reflect Jill Valentine. Now, as you can probably already imagine, the new character model features far more complex geometry, shaders, and overall detail, making her appear like a genuinely real person. Her design still looks pretty similar to the classic character, though there are a few big changes that have been made to her outfit. Rather than sporting a tube top and skirt, Jill now is wearing a blue tank top and jeans, probably a more comfortable outfit when running around zombie-infested streets at night. And then we have the Nemesis, the game's lead antagonist. who looks even more ferocious and intimidating than before. For those of you unfamiliar, Resident Evil 3's biggest
fucked up
feature
Nemesis.
is this towering creature that can't be killed, and will relentlessly pursue the player through the alleyways and streets. Because of this fundamental role in the gameplay, Capcom spent extra time ensuring they nailed down every last detail here, and it really shows. The first thing I noticed was that the proportions and scaling of features along his face have been adjusted,
What's up, Wounds?
with his jaw being lowered slightly.
Resident Evil 3
giving him
Remake
a more
show is the
menacing
best.
look. The strange purple veins
Dude, it sounds like
or
we're having a
tubes
civil
in and
war,
around
bro.
him have also been hidden with Nemesis's new clothing.
People argue so much
that,
about these
instead
remakes.
of being a custom-made leather jacket, now appears to be a biohazard containment bag that he's broken out of.
I hate Capcom
Throughout
for
the
this
course
shit.
of the game, Nemesis will continue to devolve and change like he did in the original. But for the sake of avoiding spoilers, I'll leave that for you guys to discover. Carlos's character has also seen an interesting redesign.
What's up, Grave?
The first thing that stands out right away is his new hairdo.
She's
that's
so hot,
more
bro. What?
unkempt and much longer. He also has more stubble
Dude,
on his face
that's
and
not
is
the
sporting a
point.
t-shirt rather than going sleeveless. And then of course we have our zombies, that seem to be mostly made up of models used in the Resident Evil 2 remake. In the original game, zombies featured some nice detail like blood and tears along their clothing, and there were even some brand new models like this heavyweight zombie inside the police station. The remake seems to make similar improvements, with a handful of new zombie models being mixed in to help boost the variety. And just like last year's game, the animations are vastly improved.
Oh, I thought we were just talking about like the character. I hear people saying that like they fucked up her character. Let's see a Dead Space remake comparison.
Surface. It adds a lot to the scenes.
My favorite
though
DC
in some
character is
instances,
Batman.
It can make it slightly harder to see, used to indicate the player's health, and the semicircular stasis indicator. Only these elements are much more complex now, with bronze plating and other fasteners to decorate the edges. The light bar itself also looks as though it's within a semi-material all around to really bring out the bronze. The suit, of course, can also be upgraded throughout the game as well, becoming progressively more intricate and complex, matching the general style of the classic designs while adding to them in ways that enhance without completely abandoning the original concept. I think I would have liked to see the face mask. Like with Isaac, this standard enemy type looks to retain all of its core features, including its massive spike appendages protruding from both of its hands, the additional arms growing out of its torso, the stretched skin, and the missing lower jaw. But you'll notice that necromorphs in the remake can regularly be found wearing.
See how bland it is?
Then of course, we have our chief antagonist throughout the game, the necromorphs, that, as expected, have
I don't know. It seems fine to me.
also seen quite an overhaul in their next generation debut. Like with Isaac, this standard enemy type looks to retain
I don't know. This
all of
seems
its core
fine.
features, including its massive torso. Morphs in the remake can regularly early on.
You could even say the atmosphere looks better in the remake, low-key, because it's darker and scarier.
Pieces of their old uniform, whereas before
The OG is like washed out and gray, and it's like super like bright.
stretched skin
What's up,
and
Wiener?
the missing lower jaw. But you'll notice that necromorphs in the remake can regularly be found wearing bits and pieces of their old uniform, whereas before, especially early on, enemies rarely can be seen wearing any of their old clothing. The newer model is also missing the thin hair on top of its head, and if you look closely, you can now see the rig system has been infused with the skin along its back, something that isn't nearly as apparent in the original design. Along with Isaac and the creatures, a few of the other characters have received some major changes as well. The two armed escorts from the beginning, for example, have been completely reimagined, with this character featuring a much more robust armor set, while the other has been dropped in favor of a brand new character seen here tending to the ship towards the start. Nicole Brennan, Isaac's love interest throughout the game, has also been remodeled to match the likeness of her newer voice actress, Tanya Clark, similar to the change that was made with Dead.
Let me see the
A good chunk
environment.
of the game takes place on board a massive starship called the USG Ishimura, a mining vessel that has become overrun by a mysterious infestation and fallen into disrepair. Throughout the game, players will need to travel deep into the bowels of this ship, restoring functionality to its various operating systems while fighting their way through horrific abominations. It's not necessarily a pretty place to be, even before the infestation, as most of the ship is made up of dimly lit industrial areas and claustrophobic hallways, though this does make for the perfect horror environment. taking obvious inspiration from the likes of classic horror films like Alien and The Thing. Thankfully, the entirety of the Ishimura has been retained in Motive's remake, with each and every hallway recreated with nearly identical layouts. But it's not really a one-to-one recreation either. The remake brings with it some very subtle changes that aim to enhance the overall experience. This bay area is significantly larger in the remake, with players needing to walk much further with their allies before reaching the main gate into the flight lounge. This not only gives a much more impressive first look at the ship that they'll be exploring, but provides time for the characters to deliver a bit more dialogue too, thereby adding to the narrative aspect of the game. But that's nothing compared to the changes made fully connected into one seamless environment, manually, in order to gradually unlock Space Remake now lets Isaac fly around.
Dude, I don't know, bro. It looks fine to me. I'm looking at it. It literally, I think the environment, the atmosphere looks fine.
Without having to aim at a target and leap directly from point A to point B. And the battle with the Leviathan now feel much more polished as a result. As for the actual technical improvements, there's so many within each and every scene that it's kind of overwhelming to go through. Every single location in
it's like they could do more with the lighting and everything. Like over here it's like a lot brighter, but like think about it like this, like I feel like if they had the technology that they had now but back then, they probably would have made this game. Like this is how it would have turned out. The PS3 360 version is just like this game, but like fit into like what they had to do to put it on a PS3. But I don't know, like just me looking at it from an outside point, I think it literally looks fine.
And the battle with the Leviathan now feel much more polished as a result. As for the actual technical improvements, there's so many within each and every scene that it's kind of
it's just darker,
to
bro.
go through.
But like it's a horror game, like that, like the darkness adds to it. That's the thing.
Hundreds of other small aesthetic changes to really revitalize the presentation. Take the flight lounge for example. The couches, the shelves, the panels, they're all more or less in the same position, but they're all much more detailed now, with a higher poly count for things like chairs and more detailed debris and other physics-based objects. There were a few small details that were surprisingly better looking in the original game, like this debris sitting on the catwalks in the main hangar area. But small imperfections like this will likely go largely unnoticed due to the
Dude, yeah, I don't
area. But small
maybe I'm just not seeing it, but like I think the remake looks fine. It's just the thing remade in better graphics. I don't think that means it lost its art style though.
Imperfections like this will likely go largely unnoticed due to the remarkably improved lighting and shadow design. One of the very first things anyone will notice when comparing these two versions is the massive revamp to the lighting design. Dead Space's most important asset is its light and shadow, and the remake does a fantastic job of maintaining.
It's not about like, I'm not even saying if the remake is better or worse, I'm just saying like
important asset is its light and shadow, and the remake does a fantastic job of maintaining the original's dark atmosphere, and in many instances
the removal of entire encounters, changes in encounter, and dumbed down AIs, it still makes worse. Well, that's a different thing. I don't know much about that.
Previously brightly lit are now much darker thanks to more accurate shadow casting and proper light dissipation.
You see, like that's actually
in many instances,
because I remember I played the OG for a little bit.
Is outdoing it. Hallways that were previously brightly lit are now much darker.
I don't know. I think this. I don't think this is.
Thanks to more accurate shadow casting and proper light.
Slimy, shitty look. It's too perfect and clean. Dude, I think the remake has the more like gritty look in my. Like this is what I'm saying. Like.
Brightly lit are now much darker thanks to more accurate shadow casting.
The remake literally looks like it has that more gritty, darker, like horror look because they're able to. I don't know. Am I tripping, bro?
Much darker thanks to doing it. Hallways that were previously brightly lit are now much darker thanks to more accurate shadow casting and proper light dissipation. Volumetrics also play a huge role in shaping the mood.
Because I remember when I played the OG and then when I played the remake, just for a little bit, the main thing that like I took away from playing the remake is like how much darker everything is, and I felt like the atmosphere was a lot more like it had that the darkness in it. It made it more horror vibe, I guess.
Beach area. The water vapor down in the morgue area, for example, does a
darker equals better. Well, I think when you're playing a horror game where it's supposed to be scary and the lighting is like super washed out in the OG, like yeah,
a great job of masking parts of the room.
It's not even a filter though. Like the way the lighting looks in the OG, it seems like they just didn't have the lighting technology to do what they're doing in the remake.
Parts of the
like some of these comparisons here.
Massive starship called the USG Ishimura, a mining vessel that has become overrun by a mysterious infestation and fallen into disrepair. Throughout the game, players will need to travel deep into the bowels of this ship, restoring functionality to its various operating systems while fighting their way through horrific abominations. It's not necessarily a pretty place to be, even before the infestation, as most of the ship is made up of dimly lit industrial areas. In some instances, it can make it slightly harder to see enemies sneaking up on the player. Unfortunately, it does.
No, I think no, you can't reduce the effect of the darkness in a horror game like this. The darkness definitely adds a lot,
giving it a much creepier atmosphere overall. The same is true for the nursery and hydroponics area. They usually have some layer of fog around light fixtures and near the floor surface. It adds a lot to the scenes, though in some instances, it can make it slightly harder to see enemies sneaking up on the player. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like the Dead Space remake is utilizing any sort of ray trace reflection, which is a shame because the mirrors in the bathroom would have made for a great new jump scare that I half expected to see when this was announced. And the reflection technique that is being utilized isn't great either.
Well, I don't really remember the intricate details of the gameplay, so I don't know.
Off of the ground and light up the dark corridors. Steam and smoke fill the air and reflect light. And fire,
I need to do a
especially
replay.
from the player's flamethrower, will light up the dark hallways and reflect off of metallic surfaces, helping to make the weapon feel even more powerful than before. Motive even reimagined the gravity well section to be much clearer by means of blue electrical panels that will help prevent instant accidental deaths like before. But the gore effects are the real standout here, as enemy dismemberment is the key to taking down enemies in the game. In the original, taking down the Necromorphs was
Dude, I don't know what clean... Bro, I don't know, bro. The OG literally looks like cleaner and more sanitized than the remake. I feel like the remake has the more gritty look to it, with like the slimy, gritty, like dark lighting and like all this like trash everywhere. The OG is the one that looks cleaner, and it's probably just because of like the technical limitations that they had. They weren't able to create this back then. This looks like it's daytime. The suit in the OG is rusty and brown, and the fabric is dirty and shitty. I don't know. I think you need to get like a microscope for that. If that's even true. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Dude, maybe I'm remake slop enjoyer, but like I don't think this is a bad remake. I think I don't know.
But the gore effects are the real standout here, as enemy dismemberment is.
I think they did. I think. Maybe I'm poser. I mean, I am poser. I'm not. I haven't even finished both games. But like, I feel like if the only reason I would low-key look to playing the OG as someone who's like not into Dead Space is if my computer low-key can't run the OG type of thing.
key to taking down enemies in the game. In the original, taking down the Necromorphs was simply a matter of
I think this looks to me like this seems like a MGS Delta type of situation.
shooting out a leg and then an arm. Sometimes limbs would require more shots to sever, but it wasn't always clear if that limb had actually been damaged visually. Now, limbs are presented in layers, which will break off at the point of impact when—
No, this darkness is good. Look how dark that shit is, bro. No, that's good.
Limbs are presented in layers, which will break off at the point of impact when shot at. This is a great new touch, as it enhances the brutal violence, while also providing players with more information to deal with the threats effectively. Other gore effects are even more pronounced than before, with more blood and enhanced sound design. But due to the limitations of what can actually be shown here, you'll just have to take my word on it. Next, I want to highlight just a few of the biggest changes
Okay, let's
that have
see
been
the
made to the
gameplay.
core gameplay mechanics, starting with the new power routing system. Occasionally, throughout the remake, players will come across these new interactable power panels.
I remember this.
That have big blue and red tubes flowing out of them. Using these, players can directly change things in the environment
What's up,
by
Cheetos?
rerouting power from one system to the other. To open a door, for example, players may need to reroute power away from the lighting systems over to the door itself, casting the area in pure darkness. And this element is used sparingly enough that it doesn't ever detract from the core experience either. What it does do, though, is replace all of the original game's power node doors, removing the need to always save one in the player's inventory like before. Another big change is to the weapon and rig upgrades. In the original game, new items like guns and armor sets would unlock automatically on a chapter-by-chapter basis, and would be available to purchase in the store kiosks using found credits. These kiosks are still present in the game, and
Peace
offer
out,
things
Colin.
like ammo, health, and even new armor purchases, but blueprints for new weapons won't show up here. Players instead must find the weapons themselves scattered throughout the ship, usually accompanied by their own little animation as well. This means players won't get the pulse rifle or flamethrower nearly as early as before, which can change up tactics for dealing with certain encounters. But the pacing feels much better thanks to this change, and likely will encourage more players to try out these weapons, rather than just sticking with the tried and true plasma cutter. Another big change has to do with the new interconnected level design. Because players are now able to travel back and forth between areas, the remake also includes with it new optional objectives. These objectives are often simple, and involve activating an old ship recording or scanning a tissue sample. But they do add a bit more to the game's story, and expand on the various crew members that players find throughout the ship. Revisiting old areas is also encouraged by a new security clearance system, where lockers, doors, and chests can only be accessed after acquiring a certain clearance level, usually tied to major events in the storyline. Weapons have also been reworked, echoing changes made in games like Dead Space 2 and 3. The pulse rifle, for example, no longer has its weird umbrella shot alt fire, but instead fires a much more useful grenade launcher. The contact beam is also now a direct beam of continuous energy, rather than being a slow charge-up blast like before. And all the weapons now feature extended upgrade trees, thanks to new optional purchases in the store kiosk, which explains why the power nodes are no longer needed to open doors. There's a few other slightly more minor changes to the gameplay systems, like the way Isaac walks, the nice improvements to the hit detection when stomping on crates,
The revisionist
limitation
history.
to Isaac's sprint where he'll actually get tired after running for a long time, and the overall cleaner feel to the game's combat.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to play the OG and the remake because I got both of them. Do I have both? Oh yeah, I have all of them. I'll have to play through them. I'll probably do the OG first. I'll probably play the OG on my Steam Deck, and then the remake on my PC. Tyranner, 4.5 out of 5. Did bro actually write all this? Holy shit. No way. Bro did not write all of this. Maybe one day I'll get through them.
Combat. But for the most part, the remake retains so much
Same exact content is a little boring though. I think it depends. I think it
So that
depends.
original feeling that players who haven't touched it since 2008 might not even notice anything has changed at all. Finally, let's wrap up with some sound comparisons.
It's a
Which
remake.
version of
You see, this is what I mean. I think it depends with remakes. If
Dead Space do you feel
like if you
has the
want to do
best
a
audio
whole
quality and
new
design?
like type of game, at what point does it literally just become a whole new game, and at that point just might as well just made a whole new game at that point. Resident Evil 4 original or remake? Ooh, low-key, I like the original. But I've only played through both of them once.
Isaac, log in and see what you can find. Kendra, get that elevator back online.
Power's dead. I can't.
Then reroute the damn power.
Resident Evil 4 remake proves remakes don't have to be the same. They don't have to be, but I think there's different games that have different games have like different treatment.
We can figure
Is Loki like we were talking about this earlier. It's like when a teacher gives you an assignment and there's like different answers to the same problem. You could answer it in different ways.
this out a lot sooner. Let's get that computer display up, Isaac.
I literally just think it just depends.
Where's anybody?
There's nothing.
I do think though that the more you stray away from the original, the more you stray away from it, the more what the fuck? The more divisive it will be. And the more risky it is. So if they stray away from the original, you just have to hope that it's good. But the more faithful it is, the safer it is.
For God's sake. That security console's still working. Isaac, get a damage report. I'm done playing around.
This will become the default way the game is played. This is what people will now think Dead Space always was. Yeah. That's why it's like that's why the OG being existing though is good too though. Because it's like I think when it's a Silent Hill 2 remake situation, and the only accessible way to play Silent Hill 2 remake to play Silent Hill 2 for most people is the remake. It's not the OG. And it's like when people play Silent Hill 2 remake and then someone plays Silent Hill 2 OG, they're not really the same experience. It's not really the same. Like yeah, one is a remake, but
There's something in here with us.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's cool if they want to experiment and do other shit with it, but I think that means the OG game should be accessible. If the OG game is like not accessible and then they do like some shit where they like switch it up a lot and stuff, then it's like, oh, like that's what they're trying to do with like God of War, the God of War trilogy remake. Like I was low-key excited that they were gonna put them on Steam or like new hardware on the new hardware and shit, but it turns out they're doing a whole remake. And it's like, huh. I don't know. I think if they want to switch shit up, I think they should just switch it up where it low-key should be. But that's where it starts to get like subjective, because it's like you'll have like shit like this, and then like I think the lighting in the Dead Space remake, when I look at it, I think it's just better in the remake. I think like the lighting and everything is better. But here's another example. I think MGS Delta
Open-ended environments made this older camera choice more difficult to play with. And so the Subsistence re-release offered
the longer the age gap between the original remakes, the more faithful they should stay.
Changed up how the world was viewed as well. But ultimately, because the game was designed,
I think they also have to take into account what makes the game iconic, what makes a game good, and what makes a game iconic. You know, because for MGS Delta, Dude, I can't imagine them going like the Resident Evil 4 remake route for MGS Delta with new voice actors, new voice acting and all that shit. Like, nah, that would have been like
5's nanite tech that massively improves the believability of areas like the caves and canyons later on. Dynamic grass returns, but is more varied, with different plant types helping to give the jungle floors a more believable presence. While still
unpause my
maintaining
video. The light
similar
is good.
visibility
The
within
original
the world,
textures are replaced with the
to
normal
ensure a
sci-fi
consistent
textures.
gameplay
The less brown
experience.
environments does
And
suck
all
too.
those little key details seen in
I
the
think
original are
with something like this though, this being a
original
pretty
game.
faithful
And
remake,
remarkably, the
they
game
they give you like filters to have like the OG filters of the game. I think I don't know.
while incredible for the time, may not have aged as well in terms of player movement and control. Trying to sneak up on enemies was particularly frustrating at times, as you were stuck moving extremely slow in order to avoid making a noise. The remake still requires that you move very slowly, but they've introduced the ability to move while
But bro, I think the more you stray away from the original, the riskier it is. Cause then you'll have shit like this, like you'll have shit like this that happens, and it's like, bro, like,
Stabbed me?
dude, I don't want to be too harsh, but this shit is bad. Like, the more I look back at Silent Hill 2 remake,
if it's
the
still
more
there.
I really don't like it.
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time?
I feel like they tried to like make Silent Hill into like
James? Honey? Did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
Maria?
You said you took everything. But you forgot that videotape we made. I wonder if it's still there.
How do you know?
And I think like, bro, a thing too that I saw in the Silent Hill 2 remake is they made it a lot more. I feel like they try to make it like Resident Evil. Like they try to force a lot of like these action encounters and stuff. But I don't know. I think that they thought that throwing more enemies at you would make the game more scary. And low-key just kind of felt like I was playing God of War, bro. Having to dodge and parry and freaking not parry, but like dodge all these enemies and shit.
I'm in the hotel.
Maria?
You said you took everything. But you
Dead Space
forgot
remake.
that
It's gonna
video.
happen with New Vegas and maybe Fallout 1 and 2. When are those remasters coming?
Did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else?
The more realistic graphics sap the charm that the OG had. Well, I also think that this is just due to like I think just because graphics are more realistic, I don't think that means that like art style goes away. But I think they try to have they try to have realistic graphics like carry the visuals. I think that's what that is because like if you look back at like Silent Hill, the OG Silent Hill 2, the OG Metal Gear Solid 3, they were trying to look as realistic as possible given their hardware limitations and the hardware that they had the at the time. And like now that they have better hardware and shit, they're making it look more realistic. Like even look at like freaking MGS5. Like MGS5 looks good. And yeah, bro, they tried making it more realistic too. They had like the horse pooping and all that shit. So I think a lot of people look at like OG games and say that it has more charm or whatever, blah blah blah. But I low-key think a lot of it also is just kind of like people mistaking that like the charm is in the old graphics, when really the old graphics like was just old graphics because they had to do old graphics, and that's it. Now I think that's different. Like they still have their own art styles and shit like that, but a lot of older games look like that just because they didn't have the technical capability to do the good graphics like they do now, because that's what they were going for back then. They're trying to go for realistic graphics with what they had. So I think if you look at MGS Delta as an example, I feel like if you gave them the hardware and technical capability to make a game like that, I feel like MGS Delta would have been the game that they made. Actually, maybe not, because a lot of it is kind of like they probably would have expanded a bit more on it. But I think visually, that's probably what they would have done. However, this is different. This is like a complete misunderstanding of like the art direction that's going on here. Because like even this is like the CGI cutscene in the game. It's not the actual PS2 graphics. This is like an actual CGI cutscene that they rendered. So they're trying to make it look as realistic as possible here. But even with that, the intention is to like, you know, make it dark around her eyes so you can't see her eyes. Have like this crazy spooky lighting and everything going on. Like this is intentional. And then in the remake, they kind of just, I don't know how they didn't see that that's what the art direction was going for here. And they just completely fucking missed it. I don't know. Some games changing the graphics is a downside though. I would take Baldur's Gate 3 over Baldur's Gate 1 for sure, but I would never take new graphics in New Vegas because the visuals being as shitty, the orange as it was made the atmosphere better. But what I'm trying to say is though is that I feel like a lot of that type of thinking is like you're appreciative of like how the game looks and feels. I think it's also like a nostalgia thing. I'm not saying that you're blinded by nostalgia, but if you just look at it objectively, the reason why those graphics look like that are because of the limitations that they had back then. That they had to make the graphics look like that because they were making the game for like PS3s and Xbox 360s. If they were to make Fallout New Vegas today, the visuals would definitely look modernized. You know what I mean? Like that's the point that I'm trying to get at. I think we look back and we like the charm of like older graphics. And we think that they still look good and the art style and everything. But if we're being like for real, a lot of the game's graphics are just because of the limitations and stuff. Of course, limitations did lead to the graphics being that way. However, limitations are actually what we need to create good art. I don't think that has to be true. I don't think you need limitations. I don't think you need to have limitations to have a good art style. I think there just needs to be like a art style first that you're going for. I don't think the limitations have to be there though for the artist to do that. I think if anything, there being less limitations allows artists to be able to do more with what they want. I think a lot of this is just the result of like, I don't know, suits and ties being like, oh, it has to look like super realistic and like all that. I think Silent Hill 2 Remake is cool and I'm glad it exists, but while Silent Hill 2 is an incredible experience, the gameplay is terrible, and after that first playthrough, it's hard to play again. I low-key have, I low-key have the opposite opinion. I feel like because they low-key updated, I think this is what they did. I think because Silent Hill 2 Remake updated the combat, I think they like overcorrected that by also adding in more like waves of enemies that come after you and shit. And like it's almost like the enemy encounters are like forced. Like they just throw in more enemies, and I think they kind of mistake them. I think they mistake that like if you add more enemies to the game that attack you, the game is scarier. And I think that was just like a misunderstanding. I don't know. I feel like Silent Hill 2 Remake, it kind of felt like a chore to go through, especially when they kind of like doubled the length of the game, like adding, I don't know. The focus on making sure it's realistic as possible is what changes the device for the worse. Old games focus on being creative with what they have instead of just everything look like a movie. Yeah, I get the point that like they were basically forced into trying to make a game like artistically like, but I don't think realistic graphics contradicts art style though. I don't think it's a contradiction. And also realistic graphics are just it just makes it a choice, you know? Like realistic graphics don't like have to be done, but just the fact that it is able to be done literally gives the artist more options of what type of art style that they want to go to. You know what I mean? Battlefield 3 Blue Hue was a limitation to hide their shitty lighting and textures, but it made the game cool. That's my point. Limitation could lead to creative ways and make the game look good while making things work. Yeah, but what I'm trying to also say is that Battlefield 3 Blue Hue artistic direction that they're going through, there could be a game that still does that today without the need for there to be a limitation to do that. Is what I'm trying to say. Like if they wanted to, they could low-key like, but I think the art style and everything it's heavily controlled by just like the CEOs and the suits and ties that are like, oh, the game has to look like this, just generic. This is what gets the mass audience appeal, blah blah blah. But if they wanted to, they could still do that though. That's the thing. That's what I'm trying to get at, is that it doesn't, the art style, the idea of like having a certain art style doesn't just disappear with the fact that now they have realistic graphics. It doesn't contradict it, but I think modern games will ever have a real artistic vision because of how sanitized modern graphs have become because of the pursuit of realism. And I think that's more of just like a corporate decision though. I think that's more of like a corporate, that's like a corporate thing. I don't think that's necessarily just because graphics are realistic now. I think that like if you look at like a lot of the indie games coming out, if you look at all the indie games coming out right now, a lot of them, they could do the super realistic graphics if they wanted to. Like literally if they wanted to, they could. Because they have access to UE5 and all this shit. But you look at what all of them do, all of them are doing like the PS1, you know, the PS1 graphical like shit with like the pixelated look, because that's the art style that they're going for. I think it's just the big AAA devs that like the AAA studios that are being pushed by like the big publishers to make like these realistic things or whatever. But I think just because it's realistic doesn't mean that the art style is bad either. They could still have a art style. But I do think that like I don't know. Oh yeah, that's about it.
Did some
Like they could have easily done this type of art style like with the low-key like the overexposed lighting on her face with like the dark shadows in her eyes and stuff in the remake, but they just chose not to. But they could have done this. They could have gone for this.
Long hallway. Are you confusing me with someone else?
Like this was definitely intentional to have her look like a ghost right here, you know? It seems like, bro, like I feel like when it came to Maria, they just like completely fucking misunderstood, I feel like.
In that long hallway.
Like even right here she's trying to sound creepy. But like that's not what she's doing here. Like it's not I don't know, bro. I feel like a lot of the moments in the Silent Hill 2 remake are trying to like dumb down the moments to kind of like tell the player, by the way, you're supposed to be scared right now. By the way, you're supposed to feel this right now. By the way, you're supposed to feel sad right now. Like they'll play like this super sad ambient piano music at the end of her letter. When it's like, bro, in the OG there was no music. Like it was just her performance.
I'm not your Mary.
I'm not your Mary.
You taping again? Come on.
There's solutions to hope. Yeah, bro, like when I wanted to replay Silent Hill 2 on my own, I found myself like looking for fucking Silent Hill 2 reshade options and shit. Yeah, it's almost like yellow paint but of music, bro. Cause you look at like the bro, there's this one scene, the bathroom jump scare. Here's the thing, like bro, I feel like in Silent Hill, it's a lot like, bro. I think this is also a Bloober Team's misunderstanding with like horror, bro, with some parts, because it's like, dude, sometimes the scariest noise is just there being no noise. Like when it's completely quiet. I think like when there's silence, like it leaves you with your imagination. But in the remake, they always gotta have this noise coming in through your speakers to be like, yo, you're supposed to be scared right now. It's supposed to be a scary moment. This is the remake, bro. Like, what the fuck? That's only during combat though. I don't remember in the remake there being like a completely silent, like, I don't know, maybe I need to replay the remake, but I just felt like it was just so overstimulating and they're just throwing all these hordes of enemies at you. And it's just like, bro, this is not how the OG Silent Hill 2 felt. Like in OG Silent Hill 2, like I felt like, bro, is my audio working? But no, it's really just that quiet in the game. And then you start walking around and there's footsteps and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I'll replay the OG. But there was this good video I saw that was kind of like basically putting it into words, and I watched this video after I had that like complaint about it. I need to find the video that I saw. Shout out Zushi fan with the 3 months. Thank you.
Sushi fan just subbed with Prime. Missed you,
You
bro.
put me on to K-Bogs and I got shredded?
and I
No
got
way,
shredded
dude.
from
Good
death.
shit. This is the video that I saw, and I'm like, bro, yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
The first thing you notice when arriving in the town of Silent Hill is how fucking loud and busy it is now. No more wide, empty streets, creating a feeling of loneliness and abandon. Now there's monsters on every corner, in every shop, leaving no moments of silence. The absolute banishment of silence and its importance in the Silent Hill series is rejected in favor of, I don't know, gameplay? Content? There is now constantly something happening, whether it's you breaking windows,
No,
jumping over
literally,
things,
bro.
stuff crashing down behind you, hordes of enemies. There's no downtime to
Hyunkai?
reflect, to let fear creep in, or use your imagination. This constant noise permeates the silence and lasts almost the entire length of the game. There were a couple short sections of relief, but they weren't enough. Not that I expected the creators of Layers of Fear to know much about silence, but anyone researching Silent Hill for 5 minutes would understand that silence is just as important as sound in horror. It's just so disappointing since these scares were very effective in the old games, and now they just don't work at all. Even when they decided to keep some of the original sound design choices, such as the cry in the prison bathroom.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Or the whispering in the apartments. These sounds are drowned out now by constant enemy sounds, droning background music. Most of the old music is gone, by the way, despite Akira being on the team. While some of the classic songs are still there, most of what you hear now during the game is pretty generic, new music. As for the atmosphere, there was good environmental storytelling here. It's gone now. What's left are—
I don't know. I wonder how it would have been if they did like an MGS Delta type of remake for Silent Hill 2. If they went for like a faithful.
James, honey, did something happen to you? After we got separated in that long hallway? Are you confusing me with someone else? You were always so forgetful. Remember that time in the hotel?
But yeah, you're right. It doesn't always have to be realistic graphics. But that's just the shit that is pushed now by the corporate overlords. So Cambe with the 41 months, thank you. Thanks.
Cambe02 just subscribed. She's so bad with it.
PT remake in 2026, but they add Lisa combat and drone music constantly playing. Like, I don't know. I feel like also it's because like it's what everybody expects now. I think with like gamers and consumers and stuff, if they see like graphics that aren't as like good as well, like as like modern, up-to-date, realistic graphics, then like the casual players just won't really bat an eye to it. Be like, oh, it's just old slop, whatever. It has to be like a new game type of thing for it to even be considered. Because it's like, yeah, I don't know. But I also do think it's true that back in the day, like PS2 era they were trying to go for realistic graphics during this time. MGS3, Silent Hill 2, they were trying to go for realism, but they didn't have the technology to do it. But there's also some games that weren't, like Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts was going for that like cartoony like vibe to it. And I feel like if you were to, I feel like a good way to think of like what if they had the no like hardware limitations back then. I feel like a Kingdom Hearts, if they were to ever do a Kingdom Hearts remake, which they probably shouldn't, but I feel like it would look closer to like the CGI, the CGI cinematics, you know? Like this is probably what they would go for. You know? Final Fantasy has good balance. Yeah, I think that's why they're doing Kingdom Hearts 4 with that like new Final Fantasy style type of like art style. Like it's realism but like stylized. See, that's what I mean. Like they could still look realistic without losing art style. But
あなたはこの世界に来て7日間ずっと眠っていたの。
the original games looked more cartoony and distinct. That could be literally any game ever. No. I think Kingdom Hearts, like, specifically, yeah. But I think when you look at, like, I don't know, just like MGS3, for example. MGS3, for example, like that, they were trying to be realistic from the get-go, you know? I think Kingdom Hearts 4 is different as well, though, because they're going from cartoony to realistic. But also, we don't really know how this is even gonna play out because this is like people think that this is only gonna be for this one world that they're doing, since they're doing realistic worlds. But you also look at like the ending, they still have like Donald and Goofy and like their little cartoony art style as well. Because with Kingdom Hearts, like the art style changes. The art style literally changes depending on the world. So this probably isn't how it's gonna be like permanently. At least what I'm predicting. He'll probably go back to looking more CGI or more cartoony depending on the world he's in. Cause yeah, like look at like this is for sure like not. This is like they're going like more cartoony with this, and they're probably in a different world. I wonder what would have happened if they tried making the remake look more like what the CGI cutscenes looked like in the OG. I don't think they could have used the OG James face though, because I think it was like based off of like one of the employees back in the day or something like that. Enhanced edition. And yeah, now that I think about it, Final Fantasy does have a good balance. Because it seems like they kind of like kept the art style of like what they look like in the movie.
And with that, we are cleared for takeoff.
Dude, I wonder if I should low-key buy this game on Steam.
Really?
It's not fair.
They should low-key...
One sec.
CGI cutscenes are cool. I don't know why some games don't really do them as much anymore.
You have to promise not to look up.
It's 40% off. Yeah, I might look into that. Yeah. Alright, I'm off now though. I'm gonna go eat some dinner or something. And yeah. Alright. Peace out, guys. See you guys tomorrow maybe. And stuff. Alright. Bye! Peace out.